Guarino. A Boy's Dream. A Boy's Dream, Jeff Guarino.
How many of you are in a gang? It's not easy to get into a gang, is it? For 30 years, it's been my #1 goal, to join a gang. There's something about gangs that just appeal to me. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Maybe it's the tough guy persona. Maybe it's the camaraderie. Maybe it's just the cool factor. Whatever it is, I want in. For 30 years, I've made hundreds of attempts at joining gangs. Up and down the East Coast, from New York down to Florida. Every single attempt ended the same way. Failure. Good afternoon, my fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. My obsession with gangs began when I was 10 years old. That was the year I saw the movie Grease. Everybody remember that movie? John Travolta played the leader of the T-Birds gang, Danny Zuko. These guys were the ultimate in cool. They walked around with their leather jackets, greased their hair back. They even had their own hot rod with its own name, Greased Lightning. That movie would change the direction of my life forever. While all my friends were out playing baseball and football, I was practicing my graffiti on the side of the house. While they were out learning how to ride bikes, I was learning how to walk like Danny. I went down to the public library. I checked out every single book I could find about gangs. I even read one of them. Despite all my hard work, all my efforts, not one single gang has ever let me join. Not one. It's been a long, tough road. I made a promise to my wife at the beginning of this year. I promised her that this would be it. If I wasn't able to join a gang this year, I'd give up my dream forever. Become a family man. It wasn't until a few months later when I was researching my next attempt that it hit me. Why risk another failure, another heartbreak? Instead of joining a gang, why not just create my own? I went back to the library. I checked out one book this time. How to Start a Gang with $20 or Less. After reading the first 25 pages, I was ready. I gathered all my friends together, and I sat them down, and I made my pitch. 8 hours later, they were at the edge of their seat. I asked them the all-important question, will you join my gang? They both said no. I put an ad in the newspaper. New gang, needs members, free lemonade. All that got me was a knock on the door by the Apopka Police Department. Long story short, they didn't want to join my gang, and they weren't interested in my lemonade. I was out of ideas. What else? Who else do I know that I could turn into my gang? Toastmasters. I could make my club, MSL Toastmasters, into the gang I've been seeking for over 3 decades. Before anybody had a chance to say no, that's exactly what I did. As club president, I signed an executive order turning MSL Toastmasters into an official gang. I even registered us with the USGA. That's the United States Gang Association. As an official gang, there are certain things we need. First and foremost, we need a cool uniform. The T-Birds, they had their black leather jackets. See, we work for a CPA firm, so I'm going with something a little more conservative, but no less intimidating. A black suit. Next, we need our own hot rod. As a startup gang with limited funds, all I was able to secure is a 1983 throwaway, cash for clunkers throwaway minivan. But I know graffiti, so I painted flames on the side of it. I gave it its own name, the Ah Counter. Next, we need weapons. This poses a bit of a problem. I'm not a violent man. Instead, our words will be our weapons. We will punish rival gangs with 5 to 7 minute speeches. And when we have them ready for that knockout blow, we'll hit them with a table topic. We'll do all of that without the use of word crutches or sound fillers. Last and absolutely most important, we need an enemy, an arch rival. The T-Birds, they have the Scorpions. MSL Toastmasters, we have Winter Park Toastmasters. Why Winter Park? 2 reasons. 1, they meet right down the street, so it's very convenient. And 2, in that book, How to Start a Gang with $20 or Less, it talks about street cred. I didn't read far enough to know exactly what that is, but apparently as a gang, it's something you want. So the book says, to get this street cred, you have to take down the best, and that's exactly what we intend to do. Ever since I was a boy, it's been my dream, 30-year dream, to join a gang. Every single attempt has ended the same way. That is until now. Now with MSL Toastmasters, I have the gang that has eluded me all these years. We're registered. We have our cool uniform. We have our arch rival. And we have our sweet hot rod. We may not be the most intimidating looking gang out there, but that doesn't mean you should take us any lighter. I want to leave all of you with this one final warning. If you see a group of people walking down the street with a black suit and a competent leader manual in hand, I suggest you step aside. If you don't, we might just hit you with an evaluation.